together the schedule.
Yeah.
Our oldest was like, "Oh, this is just like when you did virtual school," and I was like, "Okay, so this is a little too
See,
rigorous."
see, that's if he
And
said.
I realized I do need to come. I need to ease off on it. Also, not just for their benefit, but for mine, because like I'm constantly like having to be ready to do the next thing, right?
Mhm.
And then with your work schedule being crazy, it's just like, yeah. But I guess when does the like how do we deal with the guilt? Like because I know we try to build a life for them that is better than ours. Like we want to keep improving
Mhm.
because we want them to be able to provide for their kids more so than we were, and so forth. I guess where where does the line where do you draw the line from feeling guilty for
This is the B-side, 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 the marriage. This is the B-side, 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 the marriage.
okay. Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Bside of Marriage Podcast. My name is Rashonda, and this is my husband.
Jason.
Yes, and this is a podcast where we talk about all things related to marriage, the A and the B side. For those who are joining us for the first time, thank you and welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
We like to start our podcast with a segment we call A or B side, where we share either A side moment that happened in a week, was like kind of, the ideal situation.
Mhm.
Um, and then, or a B side, which is usually the reality of
Yeah,
life,
the reality of life. Yeah.
the not so Instagram worthy moments. Okay. Um, I'm gonna go second because my ties into the topic of today. But so what are you gonna do? You gonna do an A or a
I
B
think I
side?
think mine is tied to today's too, but
Okay.
mine is a B side moment. So
Okay.
today's my off day, right?
Hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I just want to go upstairs and play video games for about an hour. But my kids want me to go outside with them and do
Yes.
some tumbling. They want to be able to do flips, back flips on the trampoline. It's hot. I don't want to be outside. I love my kids. I don't want to be outside. I just want to give me an hour just to play some Marvel, some Marvel Avengers. Let me be. I don't feel like doing that. But the reality is, I'm gonna go outside and do it. I don't want to, but so that's mine.
Yes, yours does tie. Mine does as well. So I'm also doing a B side moment. The people say the experts were like, you need a structure.
People say,
Even in the summer, your kids need structure. And so I created a high level kind of schedule of what our day will consist of. Well, quiet time is the time where I get to work on either if I need to work on content, if I need just whatever I need to work on where I need to focus. It gives me a few hours every day in the afternoon to do that thing. But does it happen? Mm-mm. Um, Mind you, I do have a 4, 6, and 9-year old. So the 4-year old is like, I don't know what to do. And anything that he wants to do, he needs my assistance. And then I have we'll be going to the first grade. She can't read
everything.
everything, right? So she's like, I can't do this. I need help. I need to read. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't care what you do. Just be quiet for a few hours. Actually, I don't even care if you're like quiet. I just need you to leave mommy alone. Don't bother me for 2 whole hours every day so I can keep my sanity and be able to be present for the rest of the day. So yeah, so that's gonna be sad because it has yet to work. Has yet to work out. So
Yeah, she tells me when I'm at work. So yeah.
yes. So So today's topic is we really talk about just summer in the Adams household. Summer is in full force now. What does that look like? And also the parent guilt that goes around wanting to spend time with your kids, but yet wanting to be productive. So yes, that's what we're gonna start. So I actually met with my mentor a few weeks back, and she said that I overscheduled the kids. So I guess, do you think that that's true?
Yes.
You think I'm too tough on them for the summer?
Yes. And again, we're living in different times now.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, like, when I was growing up, my summertime was my summertime. Yeah, my mom's rule was make sure you're in this house before the light,
Street lights.
the street lights come on. And literally summertime, I was up 6:30. I was out the door about 7:15. I'm out all day playing basketball, football, doing what, like, I'm riding my bike everywhere. So I didn't have that structure, and it was kind of like the summertime was my time to kind of just be like, yeah, I read here and there, but I didn't do that much. I didn't do that much during the summertime. It was more about me just hanging out and playing. That's it.
Okay.
So, and that's why I was like, we're in a different time.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I believe that, yeah, we should do some, we should have some structure,
Mhm.
but structure the way you have it, and I say it's overkill, but I think it's a lot. It's a lot. But again, I also do agree that our kids need a lot of structure. So what she is doing, I think if it was phased in, it would probably
Mhm.
work a little better. Is to say this how it's gonna work. If you phase in it in phases. I'm not saying like summer's not that long, but I think if you phased it, it'd probably be a better approach. That's what I.
Okay. So I have a couple of points to make. One, there's a meme going around or a tweet or something going around talking about 2021's heat is not the same heat as in the 80s for when we were going outside and playing all
No,
day.
that is true.
If you go out and you're outside, especially in Texas, if you're outside after like 8:30 in the
I'm about to say
morning,
8:30
you are
in the thick of the heat.
right. You're at risk of getting heat stroke from 8:30 a.m. all the way until probably like
8 o'clock.
7 or 8
8 o'clock
at night. Okay. So I can't have the kids be outside,
Yeah.
which forces us to be inside
Yeah.
and not drive each other crazy.
Yeah.
And my second point was my schedule is not crazy. I gotta put it out here. People are like, oh, it's not crazy. They're not to, well, whenever they wake up, they are to brush their teeth, make their bed, get dressed, and eat breakfast. Those are all things they can do without my help. What's the other one?
I'm counting.
That's it.
That's this part one. Keep going.
That's all they have to do.
That's for part one.
And don't bother mommy before 9 o'clock.
That's okay. Okay.
That's it.
That's for part one.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, because that gives me time to be able to work out, do my devotional, and all that stuff.
Okay.
And eat myself before
Let's
okay.
Let's go to the next
And
one.
then so from 9 to lunch, they're supposed to have an activity with mommy or daddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay.
They have lunch.
Okay.
Then it's quiet time.
Okay. So quiet time.
Quiet time to about, well, ideally it's 3. And then based on their behavior, they get screen time in their free time until dinner. See? That's not bad.
No. Okay. So yeah, but for instance, like during the quiet time, what are the things that they are supposed to be doing during quiet time?
Leaving me alone. That's really, they can do whatever. I don't want them watching TV.
Correct.
So don't watch TV. and don't bother mommy.
Okay.
Those are the only two requirements of quiet time.
Mhm.
Like they can draw, they can read. Well, they should read because I want them to read every day
But Ivy
for
can't
at least
read,
30
yeah,
minutes.
but
Mhm.
mhm.
She can figure it out. And then there's like audiobooks. And then because they have Epic from school.
Mhm.
So the school district did a really cool thing is that they have like summer enrichment work um, online.
Yeah.
So they have like a read along books, or I'm sorry, read out loud.
Yeah.
So it reads out loud while the kid, follows along with them.
Mhm.
A read to me, that's what it's called.
I was like,
I was gonna get there. Okay, so they have read to me books where it reads out loud and they can follow along, so she can
Mhm.
learn the words and other than her sight words. And then there's like math and all science. They have different things out there to keep them busy.
Yeah.
So they can do that. I bought workbooks, and Micah can do that. Micah and Ivy both. I didn't get books for Aiden because his teacher sent home books. That's it. School. I felt like his teacher was like, "Listen, we didn't get to this material and we can't use it for next year. Here you go." So he brought home a whole bunch of workbooks. So they can do workbooks. They can draw. They can do a puzzle. They can write. They can nap. They can sleep. Rest their eyes. It's great.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's pretty much it. And our activities in the morning, sometimes they're outside of the house. Most of the time they're in the house. And they can be fun and they can be chores. Because the house needs to get clean.
You need to kind of
So.
help other parents out with what you do when they say that they're bored.
Oh yeah, so I can't take credit for this, but I actually have two jars. So there's a jar for if they say they're bored, they get to pull from the I'm bored jar, and it's a risk. There's some fun stuff in there, but there's also some not so fun stuff.
Cleaning toilets, baseboards.
I mean, there's cleaning.
There's cleaning, and
but then there's some fun stuff too.
Yeah.
But the point is, if you say that you're bored, I'm going to give you some. I have plenty that you can do so that you're no longer bored.
And it's not just saying I'm bored.
Okay? Anything related to that.
Anything related. So they say, I don't have anything to do.
Yes.
Okay. So that's
yes, they tried. They tried to be sneaky.
They tried to be sneaky. They didn't say I'm bored, but like, I don't have nothing to do. All right. Come to the jar.
Pull out of the jar.
And then we've had them all at the same time. Come pull from the jar.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. Because especially around the quiet time, which is why I gave them activities they can do, so they wouldn't ask me. But then, okay. And then there's another jar for screaming. For some reason, our kids would rather scream at each other, and they're right next to each other instead of just talking in a normal inside voice. So if anybody screams, you get to pull from the chore jar, and that is fun. So they've cleaned baseboards, toilets, tubs.
All right. So if there's anybody that can help us out, leave it in the comments because I really want to understand this, right? Our kids will go to school.
Yeah.
They at school, they have all these different levels. They can give you numbers. I want you at a level 1. I want you at level 0. Okay. So at school, they can do all of that. And they'll stay in that range. But when they come home, the outside voice is inside.
All the time.
And it's not like it is. There's at times that I'm like, I need you at a level 1, and they're like, huh? Yes, level. I need you at a level 1, but how? You're still not at a level 1. Like I have to use the school vernacular to get them to.
You say you don't use big words.
You wrong for that. So yeah, it's that. But if y'all could give us some tips because that inside voice. I mean the outside voice inside. Yeah, no. Yeah,
it drives me bananas.
It definitely drives me bananas. Like I know growing up we used to play in the house, but we knew if we was playing in the house, there's 2 consequences. Actually, no, it's just 1. We're gonna get that belt. It's not even yeah. So you can be jumping and flipping, but the minute you hit the doomp or you scream over a decibel of 15. Yes, you getting the belt. I don't understand why kids are so loud.
They're so loud, so loud. Even when they're on their iPads, they're on their electronics, They're sitting next to each other. They're playing each other, like on Roblox or Minecraft. They're screaming, "Oh no, you're gonna-" I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" But y'all are right next to each other.
And then this
Right
is the
next
other.
to each
This is the
other.
other thing. They'll turn the TV on, so the TV's mind you, TV's louder
Yes.
than the iPads, but the iPads are on full, like they're at 100%, and then as you can see in my face, yeah,
It's just loud.
it drives
It's
me
just
bananas.
loud.
It
And
drives me.
and they can't understand because like if they go to a different room, of course they leave the TV on 1,000.
Yes.
I will cut the TV off. And they're like, "Oh, you're in here?" Yes. Why don't you have the TV on? I don't need the TV on.
Yeah.
I want the quiet for the few seconds that it lasts.
Yeah.
To get my mind right. So yeah, so those are the 2 jars that we have. And so activities that we have. Okay, so what I did was I hosted this summer planning meeting so we can get some ideas. And some of them are expensive, and then I would add in the free and not expensive stuff. And so
going to the library.
Yeah, so like going to the library. We actually did this program a couple of years ago, but it's kids bowl free. So we actually are able to take them bowling, and because we bought a family pass for the summer, we basically we bowl for free as well. We just got to pay for shoes, shoe rentals if you don't have shoes for the kids. So so we've done that. But yeah, so there's like a list. And so as we're doing things, of course, there's like play dates, sleepovers. We have a lot of parks in our area. The problem with the parks is they're outside and it's hot. And
we try, if we do it, we'll go bike riding. We'll do that early in the morning. So it's not as hot, but still, because like I said, our son looks at, I don't mind playing basketball. He always wants to go to the basketball court. So when we go, it's like, yeah, you got to be early because it's gonna get hot.
It's hot
real fast. And yeah, I've been here 14 years. I'm still not used to this heat.
I'm not used to the heat, and I've grown up here. It's hot. It's hot, and I try to convince myself if I go early, it's not as bad. But it's hot. It's hot. So yeah, so it's a mix of things. So we try to do some of that during the morning during the week. But what I found out, or what I've come across is, even by me working working from home. So what I figured out though, by having this schedule and trying to do all the things to keep them occupied, have them have a summer to remember, is that I'm exhausted. So and I'm just like burnt out. It's a lot of work. First of all, I'm outnumbered 3 against 1. And they're young, so they have all that energy. And so I know one thing, like when I was actually going into the office and working, I feel guilty. I was like, oh, I had to drop the kids off at daycare or, summer camps or whatever. And I was just feel guilt because I was like, I need to be, making memories with my kids. And, And then now this summer, last summer, everybody was forced to be at home with their kids. And now that we're coming out of the pandemic and things are opening back up, I'm like, yes, I need to send you off somewhere. Go. But I feel guilty because I should be home with the kids. Right? And
that's how I feel. I have to go to work, and my schedule was really weird. Sometimes I work 9 to 5. Sometimes I work 2 to 12, 2 to 1, like that. So, and it's always just before I have to leave, my kids want to do something with me. I'm here all morning. I get up, I'm awake. They won't have nothing to do with me until I'm about to leave. So it's it makes me feel like, really, come on. I know I have to go to work, but it's in those moments, I don't want to go to work because I want to be home with the kids. So I get that.
Yeah. Especially, yes. So what was really funny when I first put together the schedule, Our oldest was like, "Oh, this is just like when you did virtual school," and I was like, "Okay, so this is a little too
See,
rigorous."
see, that's if
And
he's
I realized I do need to come. I need to ease off on it. Also, not just for their benefit, but for mine, because like I'm constantly like having to be ready to do the next thing, right?
Mhm.
And then with your work schedule being crazy, it's just like, yeah. But I guess when does the like how do we deal with the guilt? Like because I know we try to build a life for them that is better than ours. Like we want to keep improving
Mhm.
because we want them to be able to provide for their kids more so than we were, and so forth. I guess where where does the line where do you draw the line from feeling guilty for like working to provide them the things that you feel like they want or need, and then are just saying this is not like we're gonna have a whole different lifestyle. It just focuses on being present and less capitalism minded. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's. I guess it's a tough. It's a. I don't know. I don't know how to say it's a tough balance. Like, um, from I guess for me, I know. I like you probably you said before is like I'm a jungle gym for these kids.
Yes, I
Um,
am not.
yeah, I'm like, and I love being around my kids. I love, and in the age that they are right now, I feel that it it don't take much. It don't take much for
That
them.
is so true.
It doesn't
Mhm.
take it doesn't take much, like from I guess, and I'll just say for me, um, I always want to make sure I tell the kids that that I'm going to make time for them. And I told my oldest, like when be leaving to go to work, he's like, "Oh, but I thought we was gonna do this today," and I always tell him like, "Did you tell me that?" No. I was like, "I'm not a mind reader. You have to ask me stuff beforehand." I was like, "And then I'll let you know." And he's like, "But I don't know when you go to work." I was like, "Do you ask me? If you ask me, I will tell you. Like, I'm not trying to hide information.
Mhm.
I'm not." So that's where it's like, for me, like when I'm home, when I'm off from work, I try to make sure and when I mean I just go upstairs and sit in the game room with them. They, and half the time they'll play on their iPads, and then slowly but surely they'll creep over to me, and I have Mike on my shoulders, I have Aiden over here, and then Ivy over here. And now, mind you, I'm not saying anything. They just literally laying up on me, still on their iPads, laying up on me. And then like for Mike, if I go upstairs and play some video games or something like that, he'll just sit on my lap while I'm playing video games while he on his iPad. That's literally, and that's what that's what they want. Like today, I didn't know this is what they wanted to do. They asked, "Oh, you got to go to work today?" I was like, "No," and immediately, "Oh, can we go on the trampoline?" Huh? What do you mean trampoline? "Oh, I want to do backflips." I was like, "Oh, I don't want to be in the heat," but it's like I'm going to whatever time that I can do that, I'm gonna try to do it, even if it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I want to make that, and then, again, I guess I'm always gonna have parent guilt when I have to leave to
Yeah.
go to work because I would say you guys should know, but no, you know, I'm the I guess I'm really a family man. I
Mhm.
want to be with my family. It's God and then my family. Work, work is down on. It's not necessarily low on the totem pole, but my priority is God, my family, my wife, and not in that order, but it's God, my wife, and then my family. Just to clarify that,
Yeah.
because I have a phrase saying forget them kids. She's first before that. I'm not putting the kids. No, she's first. That's why I say forget them kids. But anyway, so
Yes.
yeah. But that's it's being a family man. I always want to be with my kids. I always want to spend those little times with them to create those memories because it's those little things that they remember. you know, that
Yeah.
I did with them. And I don't always want them to think that I put my job or I put other things before them. So I make sure those little moments that I can spend with them, I do. Um, and that it's gonna look different for everybody.
Right.
And it's not the same. Like even just how they spend time with her is not gonna be the same with me.
Right.
Because again, like I said, I'm a jungle gym. She don't do that.
No.
So you know, it's different with her and the kids than it is with me. So I don't want to say y'all. That's what all husbands need to do. No, it's gonna be different. You have to figure out what that is for you and for your kids.
Right. And I also think it's a reframing of reframing what it means to spend time with your kids and to go to work. Like when kids get older, like even when they go to school, like they have to learn how to like block off time and prioritize their time in order to get all their schoolwork done. Go to college. I mean, especially college, like it's basically on you. It's for you to determine how you're going to, turn in your work and get, study for tests and all that stuff. So this is in preparation actually for the real world. Like even if they don't go to school or go to trade school and become an entrepreneur or go to like they have to learn how to manage their time, and they have to understand that some days it may be where mommy can can spend more time with them, but other times if mommy has a deadline, then I have to prioritize. I like to work in blocks of time, so give me this 2-hour chunk of time. Let mommy focus on getting this, whatever I have to get done, finished. And then you have the rest of the day or you have the rest of the evening. But understand that, like we're doing this because we want to have this certain lifestyle. Yeah. We want to be able to not always have to say no to things because, we didn't budget for it or whatever. We want to be able to allow. We're not trying to include all their wants in the budget because we will be broke. But because the kids always have, kids is always about give me. But within reason, we, want to be able to provide for some of their wants instead of just supplying their needs. Yeah. But in order to do that, we have to, make money, we have to save, and we have to invest and do all the other things. Yeah. So I think it's just kind of reframing that, and also not having to be a negative connotation associated to you going to work. Yeah. So like as a provider, daddy goes and he does this so that we're able to do this as a family. Mm-hmm. And then when he's here with you. Yeah. But knowing that if anything ever came up with the kids, he would leave work.
Oh, fast.
To come and do whatever. So
I'm quick
even though daddy may not be in the house as much as mommy is, doesn't mean that he's prioritizing that relationship any less.
Correct. Yeah.
So just, going over that, reframing it with them, that kind of helps. And then also for me, it's literally us all being in the office on top of each other. They're building stuff with their magnets. Like, because I feel like, I don't know if it's the environment, but when we're in the office, everyone feels like they can do their whatever it is that they want to do. Like if they're building, they're focused on that.
They're not always quiet.
No,
they doing.
No, but I'm able to tune out because it's like, it's not like white noise. Because
you call our kids white noise.
No, like because they're chatter and then the blocks and it's like a constant noise. It's a consistent noise. So that's why I'm like, it's kind of like white noise because I'm just tuning it out until they start fighting, and then that's a whole different conversation. Then I have to intervene. But then but other than that, yeah. So yeah, we spend time with them in different ways.
Right. So, but let's bring it back to where do you feel that for you that parent is in?
Every time I have to try to do something when they want to be around me, I feel guilty.
Gotcha.
Even when it's me taking my me breaks, I'm like, mommy, like I need a good 30 minutes. Yeah. And there's nowhere I can go that they won't follow. Like, so that's what, because usually I just try to before I would just walk away and be like, I'm just gonna take this time, but then they'll follow me or find me, and that ruined it. So now I have proactive conversations where I'm like, listen, mommy's about to take a like if I gotta take a 30-minute power nap, I'm taking a 30-minute power nap, or I'm taking this time, or mommy's gonna eat and mommy wants to eat alone.
You know what? I'm really gonna go ahead and try to make that
What? Power nap?
no, make that sign so you can literally put it on doors and everything like that. So
They don't care.
I get that, but start to put that, it's like, out for lunch, like they do at
Yes.
businesses. You need to have something to say, oh, out for lunch, and then I'm here. Like, yes, we're here. Like,
You're talking about
we're
kids who
open.
will walk in on you while you're in the toilet.
Lock the
They
door.
don't care.
Lock
But
the-
but I'm saying that's what I have to do.
I
But
know.
they will barge in. They don't care. Kids do not care.
That's true.
But I appreciate the sentiment, but they don't care. But that's why I talk to them like, listen, mommy's gonna take a shower. Like if I worked out, I was like, I'm gonna take a shower, but I'm taking a long one.
Yeah.
Do not come into the bathroom. I will come out when I am done.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's an emergency, go talk to your grand.
Yeah.
Or if I need, or if I am needed, knock on the door, but don't just come in.
Listen.
So yeah. So I've tried to start setting those boundaries.
One of these days they're gonna walk in something they don't want to see, and that's
That's on them.
That's on them.
Because I've told them.
Yeah, you just don't barge into. There's
Yes.
a reason why that door is closed.
Yes.
So don't just barge in. So.
Yes. So that's really how I feel guilt when I feel like I'm trying to do something for me, and that I should be doing something with them.
Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like it's even more blurry now that it's not concrete of a 9 to 5.
Yeah. And how do you manage, doing that, finances, and then trying to figure out stuff for them to do.
Yes.
And then they see you on the laptop all the
Exactly.
time. It's like, but what is mommy doing? Like,
exactly.
No,
that was hard because that's what Aiden was trying to figure out. So are you working? Are you not working? I thought you didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't know. I thought you didn't have a job. And I was like, well, mommy's job looks different now.
Yeah.
And having to get him to try to understand that, because they're used to, and that's another thing, like we're all in transition, right? They were used to me doing work for me looking a certain way.
Yeah.
It was me going to the office, being on at the computer, and then
monitors and
right
stuff,
when I'm not, like when I'm on break, I'm literally not at the desk.
Yeah.
So they know, oh, mommy's on break.
Yeah.
Versus now it's like mommy works different places.
Yeah.
So they were like, so are you working? So they just also now they're like, oh, we can always come up to mommy because she's,
available.
She's available. Exactly. She's available. But I'm like, I'm really not focusing. I'm trying to finish this thought.
Yeah.
So yes. And then also they have summer stomachs. Oh. So they're always eating and wanting to eat and wanting a snack and wanting this and wanting. Oh my guys.
I so want them to have that school stomach.
Yes.
And being that you only eat when you have to go.
I'm gonna say they
when
only
you
have
go to
lunch
and then you'll snack.
And they have snacks.
And then snack.
Yes.
I want that same thing during the summer, and it's difficult because they just walk by the fridge. What's in there? Open it up. It's like.
Yes, and then in the pantry, I made it to where all their snacks are within reach. So if you can reach it, that means mommy approves of you having that type of snack.
But the thing is, they don't want that. That's what it's like. For
Micah, he wants me to go get his snack out of it, and I was like, but mommy said you can go ahead and get it.
Because she did an awesome job with making our pantry, be efficient. So you can go in, exactly where stuff is, and then she put things at the height for the kids, so they don't have to climb up to get anything. Everything is at their level. But do they really want those? Have the time now. Or we have, like our daughter, she loves fruit snacks.
Yes, I'm gonna have to move those
because they're at level height. I need a snack right now, so she'll have like 2-3 snacks in a day, and fruit snacks are going already. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with
So
those.
it's a positive, and I don't say a negative, but negative is that we got to keep buying food for these kids, and they need to go back to the school stomach.
Yes,
So
they do. Because I'm tired of snacks and all that stuff.
so trying to think. So is there anything else? I guess you can think of with that deals with like the guilt that we may have, parent guilt with the kids.
I just want to say to the parents out there, y'all are doing a great job. Kids are demanding.
Pat yourself on the back.
Yes.
Pat yourself on the back.
Take it easy. I feel like I always joke about this is new age parenting, meaning when we were growing up, our parents were not trying to be our friends. They're like, I'm not your little friend, okay? So and their main purpose was to they were so focused on providing for us.
Yeah.
So they couldn't do all of the, they couldn't do all of the play dates and all that stuff. So right now we have the blessing of being able to not only provide financially for them, but we also have to deal with their feelings and teach them how to use their words to explain how they feel instead of always just retaliating with their, with physical.
We got to pull that chart out again. I just thought about that as you said that. That feeling chart.
Oh, the feeling chart for them. Yeah.
We need to make sure.
We moved. I don't know.
Yeah, we got to find that because
it's probably stuck in the office Renault somewhere.
Yeah, because we definitely need so they can start identifying because with them being home, they're all over the place with their feelings sometimes. So we need to be able to allow them to recognize where they're at right now.
Yes, recognize them and then processing that and dealing with that.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. I mean, you have to be the chef. You got to do the laundry. You have to be their counselor, their therapist, their banker.
Father, husband, protecting hero. See,
you got to do all the things. So it's just it's a lot. So that's why I want the parents to realize you're doing a great job. Take it easy on yourself. This is not an easy thing. We did not get instructions, just like we didn't get instructions for our marriage. So we're all figuring all of these things out at the same time. And so I just say, just try your best.
Don't be hard on yourself.
Don't try to do too much. I think like Jason has said earlier, it's the little things that count the most.
Yeah. Just get under a blanket and tickle them.
Get under a blanket, tickle them.
They fine with that. They just keep tickling me. Yeah.
Just be around while they're doing whatever they're doing. Yeah. Honestly, just be in the room and they're like, oh, okay, mommy and daddy there, cool. Yeah. And they just feel secure in knowing that. So yeah, it's crazy, but just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Taking it day by day. For a stay-at-home moms or work from home parents. Minute by minute, we'll get through it.
Yeah, I like that minute by minute. So
yes.
So is there anything else you want?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, like always, like this, like video. The video. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was about to say this story. I don't know why. Subscribe again if you guys have any comments of any what is it? Topics that you guys want us to talk about, just leave it in comments. Mm-hmm. Send us an email, and we'll definitely try to bring it to you guys on here. But once again, we thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right, peace.
Later.